It's a little awkward, right? You just paid for hundreds of dollars worth of items. You waited in line. You scanned your card. You probably packed your own boxes, and now someone's going to double-check your honesty? It's not hard to see why some people find the practice mildly insulting. It's a moment that can feel like you're being second-guessed, even when you've done everything right. It's like being followed by a cop on the highway, one Reddit user joked. You know you're not speeding, but you feel guilty anyway. But this awkward moment has a purpose, several in fact, and none of them are about pointing fingers. Let's start with the obvious, loss prevention. Yes, catching unpaid merchandise is part of the equation. But what's surprising is that it's not the main goal, and the people at the door are usually not trained security. We're not cops. We're not even loss prevention, said one Costco employee on Reddit. We're the last set of eyes to make sure nothing went wrong. Think about it. Costco sells in bulk. A single shopping trip can include 30, 40, even 70 items, and checkout often happens fast. In that frenzy, it's easy for a cashier to miss an item in your cart, especially things on the lower rack or packed at the bottom of a box. But what's even more common? Double scans, accidental charges, missed discounts, promotional deals that didn't apply correctly. The exit greeter is trained to catch those errors before you walk out, not after you get home and realize you've been overcharged. So what are they actually doing? First, they count the number of items in your cart and compare it to the receipt. If you've got 22 items listed but they see 24, they'll double-check to see if something got missed or added. Second, they scan for high-ticket items, electronics, jewelry, alcohol, things that are often pulled from locked cases. Sometimes customers forget to pick up these items after paying. The receipt check ensures nothing you paid for gets left behind. Third, they spot technical errors, items scanned twice or discounts that didn't apply. This isn't rare. One employee on Reddit said they regularly caught hundreds of dollars in overcharges every week and helped customers fix it on the spot. It's not just about preventing theft, it's about preventing disappointment. Now let's talk about scale. Costco operates on razor-thin margins, typically around 10–15% markup on products. That's significantly lower than traditional retailers, which can mark up items 30%, 50% or more. That means they make less profit per product, so every item missed at checkout hurts more. According to one employee, their store stopped tens of thousands of dollars in unpaid merchandise in just a single quarter, often due to innocent mistakes, not criminal intent. In Costco's business model, keeping shrinkage low isn't just good practice, it's critical to profitability. And when your pricing strategy depends on low markup and high trust, small checkpoints make a big difference. It's also worth noting, shrinkage isn't always theft. It can be returns, damage, miscounts, or even cashier errors. The exit process helps catch it before it becomes a financial loss. Costco isn't alone here. Warehouse-style retailers like Sam's Club and BJ's Wholesale also employ exit greeters. In fact, when MSN asked Sam's Club corporate about it, they revealed that their greeters serve multiple functions. They're not just receipt checkers. They're also trained to confirm that mobile app purchases went through correctly. Answer quick customer service questions. Make sure shoppers don't miss upcoming promotions. And sometimes just offer a friendly human connection before customers leave. It's part security, part quality control, part customer service. Other retailers, like Best Buy, sometimes check receipts for high-ticket electronics. And Walmart has increased receipt checks at certain self-checkout heavy locations, especially where theft or errors have been more frequent. But what sets Costco apart is that it's in your contract. So can they legally stop you at Costco? Absolutely. When you signed up for your membership, you agreed to allow receipt inspections upon exit. It's in the fine print. That makes it completely voluntary, but contractually binding. For members-only retailers, it's just part of the deal. But for non-membership stores like Target, Walmart, or Home Depot, the situation is fuzzier. According to consumer rights attorney Edgar Dworsky, unless you've agreed to it in writing or there's a posted policy, you're not legally required to show your receipt, unless they have reasonable suspicion of theft. That said, refusing to show it can cause tension, delays, and sometimes serious misunderstandings. Consider the 2013 case of Timothy Walls. He made a $102 purchase at Costco and refused to show his receipt on the way out. When the employee tried to stop him, things escalated. Walls shoved the greeter, another employee stepped in, and Walls ended up with a broken leg. He sued Costco for $610,000. But the judge ruled that he initiated the physical contact, and since he had agreed to the membership terms, the receipt check was lawful. This story isn't common, but it highlights how quickly a small misunderstanding can explode. The truth? The greeter at the door doesn't want to fight. They're just trying to do their job. Most of the time, they're there to help, not accuse. Here's where it gets interesting. Receipt checks, in a subtle way, also create psychological accountability. Knowing there's a second layer of review can reduce theft, but also helps customers feel like the store is paying attention. In a world where self-checkout errors are rampant and customer service is increasingly automated, the simple act of a human double-checking your purchase adds an old-school sense of thoroughness. It's Costco's way of saying, we care about every transaction, and it reinforces their brand. Low prices, high value, minimal mistakes. For many customers, the receipt checker becomes part of the Costco experience. You start recognizing familiar faces, sharing a laugh, or even getting a product tip. One time, the greeter pointed out, I bought 2 packs of batteries but was only charged for 1. I hadn't even noticed. I appreciated the honesty. Another time, they caught a $70 overcharge and walked me right to the refund desk. These aren't just isolated moments, they're brand-building interactions. Costco thrives on customer loyalty, and this human layer helps build that trust. Behind every highlighter swipe is someone trained to protect the company and the customer. So the next time you're asked to show your receipt on the way out, remember, they're not accusing you. They're not profiling you. They're not wasting your time. They're making sure you got charged correctly, didn't forget anything, didn't lose out on a deal, and didn't fall victim to a system error. It's not just security. It's customer service, disguised as a 10-second checkpoint. In a store built on trust, efficiency, and value, that final step is a simple but powerful way to make sure the system is working the way it should. Costco isn't perfect, but they're intentional. Every part of the experience, from free samples to receipt checks, plays a role in their larger business philosophy. Deliver value, build trust, and minimize waste. And sometimes, that means taking a moment to check your receipt. Not to call you out, but to make sure you leave satisfied. So the next time you're rolling your eyes at the door, just know they're probably saving you time, money, or hassle. Thanks for watching. If you've ever had a receipt check catch an error or turn awkward, drop your story in the comments. Like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes breakdowns of the stores you thought you knew.